Yo, what's good, YouTube? In today's video, I want to talk to y'all about Malika Andrews and Kendrick Perkins' take on Ime Udoka's suspension. Now, I got Stephen A. Smith and Malika Andrews back and forth on my main channel, Self Talk. So I want to upload this Kendrick Perkins response on my second channel, Self Talk News. And on this channel, I'm gonna try to give more of my opinions and stuff. On Self Talk, I'll just try to give y'all the clips and be direct with the information. And yeah, man. Before I show y'all the clips, I want to give my opinion on this situation. I feel like Malika Andrews it's like she's almost taking this personal. Like, I don't know if she knows the women that was involved. And if you listen closely, Kendrick Perkins exposed that it's more than one woman. You don't want a guy like Perk to talk about it. I mean, he'll keep it 100, but he'll also expose some shit that he shouldn't be exposing while talking. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. This situation is messy. It's messy how Boston released the information. Something like that, you just can't half-ass release information, right? Days later, we already know we got Stephen A. Smith's response to it. Perk, Malika Andrews, Matt Barnes chimed in. A lot of people gave their opinions about this situation. Even Nia Long responded to the situation, right? Ime Udoka issued an apology, of course. It's still one of those things where no matter how much information keeps getting released, the people on the outside looking in, like myself, we still have questions like, okay, why is this other adult identity is being protected so much? So that right there, for me, I don't think she made it an issue. See, there's one thing about Kwame that he was right about. Company policy. Right? Because when you break code of conduct, there's many things that they can just fuck with you with when it comes to that, right? It can be anything. See, I guarantee Ime Udoka and this mystery lady didn't have sex at work. Their relationship was off campus. I can guarantee you that. So, again, code of conduct, right? And the reason why it falls in line with that is because allegedly he was sleeping with the vice president's wife, right? So, like I said, the situation is messy because now they're trying to make it seem like he made multiple advances with different women at the workplace. See, this is why I disagree with all of that stuff, right? I disagree with it because, in my opinion, if this was a problem with a woman, there would have been a written statement, or a police report from this woman, right? But see, what happened was the reports that came back today is that her husband found he heard audio of them talking about their relationship on a Ring camera. And then the husband snitched, clearly. That's why the woman identity has not been released, in my opinion, because if it was her coming to, let's just say, the owner or the press or anybody about the situation, you have to release her identity, especially as an adult. She's not a minor. So they would have been had her name, exposes Ime Udoka relationship or something, right? See, it was the husband who found out he was being cheated on. He snitched. They have to fire Ime Udoka, of course. And they're going to do all of this PC, protect the women. We're sorry that the women in the workplaces are uncomfortable. Like, come on, man. Really? Really, sex makes people uncomfortable. Really, the women that's in that same building trying to fuck the athletes. Really, you know how many of those dudes be fucking the cheerleaders? Really? Like, come on, man. Stop with this, like, we don't know what the fuck sex is about. And it's just like, we got to tiptoe around consensual sex. But boy, this would have been a rape thing. It would have been rape, 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 rape. We'd have heard the fucking word rape all over the place. But when it's consensual sex, it's like you got to tiptoe around the subject. You know, it's just company policy, man. So yeah, man, with that being said, that's my opinion on this situation. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all on the next video. But don't click off yet, because right now we're going to go into the next version of this video, which is Kendrick Perkins and Malika Andrews talking about the Ime Udoka suspension. Loot chat, I'll catch y'all on the next video.
Well, one thing, Zach, that you touched on was just this gross focus on identifying unnecessarily women's names that may or may not be involved. And I think it is it isn't too harsh to say that that was a failure by many people, including folks within our own industry. And Brad Stevens actually addressed that today. I want everyone to take a listen.
We have a lot of talented women in our organization, and I thought yesterday was really hard on them. And I think that, you know, nobody can control Twitter speculation and rampant, but I do think that we as an organization have a responsibility to make sure we're there to support them now, because a lot of people were dragged unfairly into that.
I want to bring in our NBA analyst, Kendrick Perkins, into this conversation because, Perk, you played for the Celtics organization. What were your thoughts on this message here?
Well, one, to me, I didn't like Brad comments on this, and let me explain why. Not the fact that he was taking up and protecting the women in the organization, but you know, he said about the speculations and the Twitter BS and things to that nature, and how unfair it was to the women in the organization that is not involved with this particular situation. And I get that, right? But why is it speculations? It's speculations because of the reports that were put out by the actual Boston Celtics. So they didn't do a great job from the jump of actually protecting the women in their organization, because knowing that they were going to sit up here and give out this information and go out here and suspend Ime Udoka and talk about, just give a little details, is going to have people speculating. And in my eyes, I feel like the Boston Celtics dropped the ball not only in protecting their entire franchise, but in protecting the women as well. They should have made sure that they crossed their T's and dotted their I's before they put this information out. And I get it. Now we're to this point, and now he had to go on here and he had to say this and he had to say that to protect those innocent women. But at the end of the day, man, it just ain't right how they went about it. The word accountability, okay? Accountability doesn't just go to Ime Udoka, okay? Accountability goes to the other people that played a part in that as well. Let me tell you another thing I didn't like about my good friend Wick Grossbeck and Brad Stevens in this press conference when they asked, is anybody else going to be punished? And they said no. And my whole thing is this, right? These are some of the facts that have been out. These are some facts that I know that, you know, this relationship, one of these relationships that was had with Ime Udoka and one of these women, it was consensual, meaning that this woman actually played a part in it too. So my thing is, yes, Ime Udoka was wrong. We get that. His punishment, he deserved that, and whatever else follows, I hate it for him, but he put himself in this position. But why are the other people getting left off the hook?
Well,
that's the problem that I have right now. Everybody got to be held accountable.
I think that we need to circle back to what Shanae said, is that there was an investigation that was conducted by an independent law firm here, and I think that transparency is what will rule the day here. And so without having all of the information, it is unfair and irresponsible of us to go and to speculate on that, because what we have to...
Well, I'm not speculating.
Sure.
I have the information. I'm not speculating.
But what we have to go with here is the fact that an independent law firm came in, did this investigation, and the facts that they were presented, they came to the conclusion that Ime Udoka violated a policy that warranted a 1-year suspension. And I share your frustration with the lack of transparency, while understanding that there is some things that they need to, from a legal perspective, keep private. But knowing all of that, understanding all of that, we have to come to the conclusion that whatever rule, the conduct that was broken on one side, it is not the same on the other side. I thank you for your perspective.
If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment down below. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so by hitting the Cash App at self.youtube. Thank you.
Be sure to like, comment and subscribe.